Once again, we're in the place to be. Welcome back to In the Black. Like the video. Help me grow the channel. And with that being said, let's jump right into it. Man, the crypto world right now is pretty wild. The space is just crazy right now. Prices are down for sure. There's lots of red in the space right now, but that's okay. Because you know what? It's going down right now. I'm not talking about the prices. I'm talking about the news. So Grayscale sues the SEC over Bitcoin ETF application rejection. That is the headline right now. The SEC, the SEC is pretty funny. They try so hard to thwart the progress of the crypto space, especially DeFi. Old money sometimes gets a little jealous of new money. I think we understand that. This is all that's happening right now. It's just a big delay tactic. Now, how do I know that? Well, I remember, because I've been in the space for some years now, I remember in 2018, 2019, the big story was, we need an ETF. If we could just have an ETF, we could just get an ETF approved, that will bring so much money, so much investor money into the space, into Bitcoin, into crypto in general, and that will legitimize Bitcoin. And that will just open the floodgates for investors who are uneasy about putting their money directly into Bitcoin, or investors who have money but don't know how to invest in crypto. This was the sentiment just a few years ago. People have forgotten about that, or perhaps a lot of folk weren't around in the space back then. But what happened? A bunch of rejections. A bunch of rejections happened. There were applications left and right. Well, what happened? Over a year for it to happen. Rejection after rejection, new application after new application, rejection again, new applications, and eventually the pressure mounted, the doors were opened. And now, what do we have? We have not just one, but we have actually several choices of futures ETFs, Bitcoin futures ETFs. So this is an opportunity now for large-scale investors or investors with a ton of available cash to invest in Bitcoin without the risk of losing all of their funds, or losing a large portion of their funds by doing it on their own. So it's viewed as a safe, regulated way to invest in Bitcoin futures. So check this out. We got Global X, VanEck, Valkyrie, Simplify US, and ProShares. But what's important about this is the numbers. Assets under management: 107 million, 36 million, 18 million, 6 million, $1 billion US. Think about that for a second. These are huge entities that represent individuals with huge pockets. They're not going to risk everything on something that is going to zero. There's too much money in the space, folks. There's too much money in the space. It's already here. It's already happening. The momentum is building day by day. Don't be fooled by the crypto winter. Don't be fooled by the economy right now. Don't be fooled by the stock market. Bitcoin, crypto is not going anywhere. It's only going to build and build and build. There's too much money involved already. It's not going to zero. So let's stop being fearful of that, even though that's what you hear, or those are the questions that are out there. Is Bitcoin going to fail? Is crypto going to zero? Is Bitcoin going to zero? No, it's not. So can we move on from that? This reminds me of 2019. Volatility is expected in the space. It's a new space. I mean, look at the stock market right now. We have plenty of companies that are down 30, 40, 50, 60, 70%. from their highs less than a year ago. Disney is down 40% plus. I mean, come on. Let's have a fair perspective. We're going to have ups and downs. But this decision, it's only temporary. In the end, you will see spot Bitcoin ETFs. There's no question in my mind about it. You will see them. We already have spot ETFs in traditional markets. So what happened last year, or the year before last rather, the futures ETFs were approved for Bitcoin. It took over a year for that to happen. It opened up the door, and now we have several choices as investors if we want to explore that particular option. In the traditional markets, we already have spot ETFs, of course, tons of them. It's inevitable. So this decision, I don't see it as doom and gloom at all. I just see it as a delay tactic. The doors are going to be open, and that's going to mean plenty more opportunities for investors. Maybe not investors like you and I, but investors who are looking for an opportunity to get in to something that they don't fully understand, have someone else manage their portfolios, basically, less risk. But for right now, I see opportunity. So I welcome this type of news, because what does that mean for me and my favorite place to be in DeFi right now? That means opportunity. When we have a downturn in the market, that means that I have more opportunity to fill my bags with an asset that has been depleted of its quote unquote value in the market right now, to load up on it. And if you're in that situation as well, you have an opportunity. Drip isn't going anywhere. And Drip is actually still paying that 1%. I'm looking at my numbers tick up right now as I speak. That 1% is there every single day. It's incredible. And the power of the compound is incredible unto itself. Drip isn't going anywhere. So what I'm seeing now is, because of the sentiment in the space right now, we see a depressed Bitcoin price, Ethereum price. So we see a depressed prices all throughout crypto. So yeah, Drip is going to be down as well. BNB is down, of course. But that says nothing about 3, 6, 9, 12 months from now. So I'm not investing for today and tomorrow. I'm investing for a long term. I see it as potential energy. You remember physics class, or your physical science class? Potential energy, kinetic energy. So right now is your chance to load up, put that potential energy into use. Load up, just like pulling back on a big slingshot. Right? You pull back on that thing, you load up, you load up, you load up, you load up. And when it's time to release, bam. All the energy goes to work for you. That's how I see Drip right now. That's how I see this opportunity for Drip right now. Load up, fill your bags, dollar cost average. Little by little, little by little. That's how I'm approaching it, at least. I don't know about you. But what I want to do is hopefully encourage you a little bit. Don't listen to the doom and gloom preaching about Bitcoin or the crypto market. We're still building, and especially in the Drip ecosystem, there's a lot that's coming our way. And now we have a great opportunity to get in on the ground floor, essentially, at these prices. I remember just a few years ago, Bitcoin hit $3,500. People thought it was over. Oh, this is the end. It's going to zero. And just 2 years later, it hit 60,000. Do you think lots of people were happy that they bought in at 3,000? Yeah, they were. It'll be the same this go around. But that's just my 2 cents. What do you think about all this? Are you encouraged or discouraged by the news? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. But first, like the video. And as always, stay smart and stay in the black.